Hello! Welcome back on this Friday. Here is a first chapter Friday for you. This is Linked by Gordon Korman. He is one of my favorite authors. He has a ton of incredible books that I would suggest to you guys. We have a great selection in the library to come see. But this is the 2023 Mark Twain nominated book by Gordon Korman called Linked. And I'm going to be honest, the cover really threw me off. It was not exactly what I was expecting, and I really loved it. This is, I would say, a combination of, it's realistic fiction, but you're going to learn some stuff along with this one. You're going to learn some history. So anybody who, again, is into World War II is really going to enjoy this story. In this story, you need to know one word, and it's not a great word. It's not a great symbol. It's pretty hateful, in fact. They use the term swastika in this story a lot. And the swastika is a symbol which was used during Nazi Germany in World War II and is now a symbol of essentially hate and prejudice toward other people, particularly Jewish people. So in this story, swastikas are being drawn all over a middle school, and they have to find out who is drawing them, why they're drawing them, and they're having to learn all of these different pieces of World War II and why people hate, why people are prejudiced. And so it's a really interesting story. I'm gonna start you by reading the inside cover like I usually do, and then chapter 1. Here we go. You can't deny something is wrong when it's right there in front of you. Link, Michael, and Dana live in a quiet town, but it's woken up very quickly when someone sneaks into school and vandalizes it with a swastika. Nobody can believe it. How could such a symbol of hate end up in the middle of their school? Who would do such a thing? Because Michael was the first person to see it, he is the first suspect. Because Link is one of the most popular guys in school, everyone's looking at him to figure it out. And because Dana is the only Jewish girl in the whole school, everyone's treating her more like an outsider than ever. The mystery deepens as more swastikas begin to appear. Some students decide to fight back and start a project to bring people together instead of dividing them further. The closer Link, Michael, and Dana get to the truth, the more there is to face. Not just the crimes of the present, but also the crimes of the past. With Linked, Gordon Korman, the author of the acclaimed novel Restart, poses a mystery for all readers, where the who did it isn't nearly as important as the why. Chapter 1's really short, so let's give it a go. So this is written from different perspectives. Every chapter is being told from a different character. So the first one is Michael Amorosa. My mother says I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached to my body. Too bad my phone isn't also attached somewhere. I left it at school again. I know this because it butt dialed our landline at home. I have no idea why. Ever since I dropped it in the toilet, it's been glitchy. When I pick up, I hear a muffled motor in the background. I'm hoping that means the phone is in my locker, and the noise is Mr. Kennedy, the custodian, using the big floor polishing machine. When the sound dies abruptly, that either means Mr. Kennedy finished polishing or my phone died. It's super old, so a battery charge lasts a millionth of a second. I jump on my bike. Choke Cherry is a pretty small town, but we live on the opposite side, so it's a long ride. I'm used to it. I always leave something at school, and 9 times out of 10, I have to go back and get it. Mom and Dad would give me a lift, but then they would know that I left my phone. I'm going out is all the detail I provide. Thanks to the new security, every single door to the school is locked, but I still go from entrance to entrance, banging and yelling, hoping that Mr. Kennedy is close enough to one of them to hear me over the roar of his polisher. To my surprise, the doors to the boys' locker room swings open when I kick it. I'm in. I'm entering the school from the back corner that leads out to the football field, but my locker is in the main hall, not far from the principal's office. The floor polisher sounds far away, maybe upstairs. I open my locker and there it is, the world's oldest phone. I probably shouldn't have called it 11 times because it's sitting on a tray of poster paints, and all that vibrating has made the blue and yellow leak out together, raining green blobs down on my geography textbook. I'm president of the art club, so I've always got supplies in my locker and stains on my gym clothes, books, you know. Last year, I got charged a $50 cleaning fee to remove the melted pastels from my iPad screen. Like it's my fault the temperature went up to 100 the weekend before the last day of school. I checked the phone. Dead. Just like I suspected. I shut my locker and turned to leave. Only I don't leave. I freeze. I blink and blink again, struggling to wrap my mind around what I'm seeing. It's spray painted in red on the blank expanse of wall above the staircase leading to the second story. That large X with each arm continued at a right angle. I stare at it in horrible disbelief, hoping my eyes are deceiving me, and this ugly red symbol is something other than what I know it is. A swastika. Michael, is that you? Mr. Kennedy's voice startles me out of my state of shock. I drop my phone, which bounces on the floor. It's probably cracked, probably ruined, but I can't tear my gaze from the symbol on the wall. What'd you forget this time? The custodian asks in exasperation. All I can do is point up. When Mr. Kennedy sees it, a sharp gasp is torn from him. He turns to me. You didn't, he begins. I mean, you wouldn't. Of course not, I answer. Why would the only Dominican kid in the whole school be the one to draw a racist symbol? I almost add, nobody would. But there's the evidence right there in front of me. Somebody did. I reach down to pick up my phone and almost drop it again. The screen is fractured. But even through the spiderweb of damage, I can see that awful thing on the wall reflected in the glass. The custodian takes out his own phone. I'm calling the police. This is a really good story. You're going to read a lot. If you have any questions, I highly suggest asking your teacher about it, about any background, about any history, or coming to chat with me about this incredible story. So this is Linked by Gordon Korman. Come check it out.